First off, I want to say thank you to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. If it wasn't for him, this would not be possible. Low Notes Boxing, hit the like button, share the video, leave a comment, subscribe. If you've been living under a rock somewhere, you probably don't know that Teofimo Lopez right now is under a lot of heat right now. Teofimo Lopez was recently on Instagram Live punching a heavy bag, and during that he also said the N-word twice with the ER. He said the N-word with the ER. And Teofimo Lopez has already built a reputation of race-baiting antics. Race-baiting antics. And yeah, I'm definitely not backing his play on that situation, right? And I'm gonna keep it a bean, right? As a fan, as a supporter of Teofimo Lopez, I am very disappointed. Absolutely, I'm very disappointed. I didn't grow up that way, you know what I mean? Playing around like that. You know, I grew up with a lot of good African American brothers, along with my fellow Latino brothers, and even some white brothers as well, you know, and sisters. So I don't feel that, I can't relate to that. You understand what I'm saying? I can't relate to that. What I will say is this: I'm not ashamed to admit that I'm a fan, I'm a supporter. I mean, let's stop capping right now. Everybody that watches any type of sport has a favorite team, has a favorite fighter. So let's stop the cap. We're all fans, we're all supporters. But what I am not, I'm not a fanboy. I'm not a fanboy. So you're not going to hear me say, oh, Teo didn't really say N with the R. He said liquor. I know what my ears heard. Okay? Now I'm going to tell you why I had became, what drew me into being a supporter / fan of Teofimo Lopez. I appreciate his character in terms of being a people's champion. Teofimo Lopez congregates with the regular people. He doesn't look down on people like most of our favorite fighters. He's hands-on, you know what I'm saying? He's really out there with the people. Feet on land. Shout out to Quilly. Feet on land. I can appreciate his work ethic, how he dedicates himself to the sport of boxing, takes it seriously, despite having asthma. I can appreciate his willingness to challenge the best fighters out there. So yeah, I believe that his call out of Jaron Ennis and Terrence Crawford are legitimate call outs, because he's shown that in the past. He's shown who he is. So I believe he really wants to fight those guys. Is he going about it the right way? Absolutely not. Not in my opinion. I can appreciate his skill set, his natural God-given ability. You know, I've never seen a Latino fighter with those types of physical attributes, athletic-wise, and natural swag since a young prime Hector Macho Camacho. What I don't appreciate, like I said, is the race baiting, the trolling, you know, saying things like the N-word with the ER, the monkey jokes, the banana jokes, the watermelon jokes. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of when he's been asked those types of questions, his failure to actually take accountability. I'm not a fan of that at all. So what I'm going to do right now is answer y'all the $1 million question. Am I still a supporter of Teofimo Lopez? Am I still going to root for Teofimo Lopez? Absolutely I am. Absolutely I am. You know, because at the end of the day, even though I'm against racism, I'm against prejudiceness, I'm against those types of antics, I'm still going to root for him as a fighter. And I don't wish him no harm at all. You know, I rooted for Mike Tyson. A lot of us rooted for Mike Tyson despite him being convicted of rape. And I'm against rape, right? When Bernard Hopkins threw the Puerto Rican flag on the ground, I wasn't a fan of Hopkins back then. But later on, I became a fan of Bernard Hopkins. I forgave him for that, right? I mean, let's keep it a bean, not to be funny, man. If R. Kelly were released from jail right now and he had the biggest concert, you know, a lot of y'all still gonna go. And I'm against pedophilia. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm still gonna root for Teofimo Lopez against anybody that he fights, unless they bring a prime Tito Trinidad out of a time machine. Other than that, I'm still rooting for Teofimo Lopez. I hope he gets it together and starts making better choices. I hope he puts this behind, or time heals itself, or maybe even comes out and apologizes genuinely. You know what I mean? I'm still rooting for Tio, and I still want to see what's next for his career. I just had to address the issue. I know a lot of people were waiting for my response, my reaction, and had to take the time to give y'all that reaction. With that being said, hit the like button, share the video, leave a comment, subscribe. Low Nose Boxing. I'm out.